All right, we're going to hop on here. Wanted to touch base with everyone who is new to me and my following. I have recently gotten a ton of inquiries about the 60 new group accountability program. And with all the messages, it would just be a lot easier for me to kind of hold a Q&A webinar for you guys. So if that is something that you're interested in, if that's something that you've been wanting to ask questions about, but maybe you haven't sent me a message, maybe I missed your message, whatever the case is, I will send out a link to register for the webinar. I will record the first webinar and then have that available to people thereafter. But up until then, um, basically I'll try to answer your questions the best I can, but the whole purpose of this webinar is not just to teach you guys about the 60 new group accountability program that I have, but it is to answer any questions about my journey, about how I lost the weight, if you guys have any questions. Um, so I'm just going to wait on here, see if we've got anybody that'll pop on. So let's figure out how to host a webinar. Because I'm pretty sure we'll just do this via Zoom, but I think I can have up to 1,000 people on the webinar. But if you're just joining, I'm sharing with you guys that I'm going to be hosting a live Q&A webinar coming up next week, likely going to do it Wednesday, just to give everybody an opportunity to get on and learn about my journey in a live format. You can ask questions, and then, of course, I'll teach you about how I've distilled all of my steps into this 60 new group accountability program, which I believe will help you to establish the habits that helped me lose the weight. They'll help you establish it quicker, help you get your mindset right quicker. Because for me, last year on my journey of losing the weight, I never was gonna quit. It was never about, well, what happens if I don't? Like, that question never crossed my mind. And I feel like because I took it um, one step at a time, knew that I was going to achieve a healthier lifestyle than what I was currently living, that was enough. And I think giving myself that grace really helped. So, are you guys able to comment or ask questions here on YouTube? I never know if that's something um, that you're able to do. But if you're joining and you're watching and you've got any questions, excuse the way that I look, but it's been a long day with the kiddos. And I just figured it would be good to get on all my platforms. You know, I'm here on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. But the long form stuff and the more informative stuff is here on YouTube, and I'll be doing more of that. Um, Transparently, the content creation has been a little bit on the back burner for me with my schedule. I had to kind of decide, um, content or working out some nights. And honestly, I chose working out because I'd rather do that. I know that creating content could, bring in income for me, but this whole journey was about getting healthy. So, if you're on here and you've got any questions, I would love to answer them, but stay tuned other than that, and I will do a registration link out for you. We'll do it via Zoom because I just double checked. I can have up to 1,000 members. And what I will send out on the registration link is a question format form. So what this means is that I'm going to try to really keep you guys reined in on your questions, make sure we don't get too much backstory, that we don't waste anybody's time, that we can get to what's going on in your life. And if you need to have, if you've got questions about how I achieved it. So I think that the best way to do this again would be through Zoom. If you are opposed to Zoom, or if you just don't want to be on there and you want to watch it back, I will be offering the recording of that call after the fact, because I think there's still going to be a lot of tidbits of information to glean from the call. And then, of course, never know what kind of questions that'll come up from people actually on the meeting itself. Um, Let me see if there's anything else I can think of. We'll likely I will try to record this on my podcast as well. We're doing a lot of work on getting some people on the podcast. I would like to interview some people who've been in my challenge and see what they've thought about it. I think that would be a really cool, topic instead of just hearing me talk all the time. I think that would be really cool to hear the other people. So if you're on here, let's see. If we can, let's see, I'm gonna start a poll and see would you guys join the Q&A? Would y'all join the webinar? So if you are on here, please vote. I want to see what you would think about if you would join the webinar. I think that would be fun for me to have you guys in there. I like going live, but I do feel a little funny just talking one way. And then, of course, with live, people jump in, so late that you kind of have to repeat yourself so much, and that gets a little old. But let me think. You got one vote. Let's see. What'd you say? Yes. All right. That's all I needed to hear. If I have one person join the webinar, that will be worth it. I guess you're not able to comment on YouTube Live. Is that right? Highlight. I'm learning about YouTube Live, so forgive me. All right. I don't know how to go away. Go away. How to make that stuff go away. All right. You can comment. Thank you. That's good to know. Appreciate you. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to share with you all. Thank you for popping on. I'm a little frazzled from the kids, still trying to get afloat, in survival mode as a mom, but I continue to share what I know, what I learn, what I do. But I repeat a lot of the same meals and stuff. So if you're wondering, like, why does it show more food on her channel? It's because I find it kind of boring. But RT, send me a message if you think of anything, comment on my page. You could find me on all the platforms, but I'm going to hop off. I'm going to hop onto Instagram, let everybody know there about the webinar, and keep it moving. Good night.